Hello everyone. Today I am going to make a Christmas t-shirt design. Now this time I am going to make it in a different way because I want to make it look like a ugly Christmas sweater design, but I will use it in a t-shirt. So the first thing is I need a good message, so I was searching like Christmas quotes and I found this one really good. Peace on earth will come to stay when we live Christmas every day. So I really like this quote, and you may think that this is not a very common design, common quote. You have never seen a design on this quote, maybe. Then why I am using this one? Because always try to be unique. Like if you are doing something that is already on Amazon, Redbubble, then there is a lower chance for you to get a sale because that is already selling, or maybe someone is already doing good on that message. So try to pick a new message, a unique message, but of course a relevant message, a meaningful message. So I found this one really interesting for my this design, and for this kind of designs we need some vectors. So I am using this Christmas element here, but this one is premium. As you can see, I have premium, so I will give this entire pack in my Facebook group. So make sure that you join that group. Now the first step is we need to focus on typography. Like if our typography is not good, then whatever we do, it doesn't look good. So first step is I'm going to, okay, I'm keeping this here. That will be my font name. So whatever font I will use, I will show you their names here. Okay, so the first step is finding the focus point. As I was breaking the text, you can see that this is where I was searching like the quotes, and I take this one. Now the first step is finding the breaking point, finding the focus text. So Christmas is obviously the main focus text of my this design. Now for this one, this art, stay and earth, these two is also can be our focus text. So something like this. Now let's start the design process. So I'm going to use a kind of a straight kind of looking font for this one because I want to make my this art text a little scripted. So for that, maybe we will use something like, okay, there's a font called Kids Stay Regular. This is really good font. I like this font because this is not too much bold, but still it is not too much fancy or scripted. You can see this font is good. So for this art, I want to use a scripted font here. So something like Muthiara Demo. This font is really good. So something like this, or maybe some other font. I don't know. I have a font called Baby Angelo. Yes, this font is also good. So something like this, or maybe another font I can use here. This is just up to you guys how you want to use a, how you want to represent a design. Now of course I want to keep a proportion here, so this earth text is going to be my focus text, not this one. So when we are making a focus text, we will use the other text just to comply with this with the focus text. So this one is going to be smaller in size just to fit in my design area somehow. Like this on earth will come to a stay. So I'm picking my eyedropper tool. Okay, I cannot detect that font because this font is really bigger, so I cannot sample that font, but of course I can go to recent font, and then that is Kids Regular. So that is good. If I just select them like this, I can select it, and here we use minus 60%. So let's copy that value, select this one, paste it here, so it will be same size, in same size space between them. So that is good. Now I wanted to show you the name, so I'm using first of all is Hello Ventica Regular. This one is Kids Day Regular. Okay, so far these two font looks good, no problem. Now for this stay text, I'm going to make it like this, but okay, not like that, not like this scripted. Maybe we will use something like this, baby and jello, because this should be something like not scripted but not straight, like this font here, the kids tray font here. Now this one here, we are using here baby and jello. So this font, I think this will help you to understand the get the font from Google or anywhere you can find. Now we leave. I am going to use this text. This is just up to you. You need to do some practice before understanding the text, of course. Then for this Christmas I'm going to make this scripted font because Christmas always looks good in scripted fonts. So something like this, maybe a bit downwards, no problem. Now every day I am going to use here this font or maybe this font, because this font we just used once. So let's use that one here. So this is the base, this is the base of my design here. If I just align them center wise, I can do that. Now let's select them. Then okay, here is a trick I applied or I use. Like you can see, this font is really big, so I cannot select that font easily. So what I do, I select these two at once, then I press shift and click here to deselect the bigger one. Let's keep the smaller one selected, just like that. So that is a good way to do that. Now for this one here, I'm going to make it a bit down like this. Now this is going to be a t-shirt design, so we don't need to maintain every proportion, everything. We are just keeping it as simple as possible. So that is good. Now for this one here, maybe I will just break them because they are causing some trouble for the space of each font. Now if I distribute them from here, you can see vertical distribute space. It is just distributed the same space between each and everything, so that is good. Now I want to use some Christmas elements, so something like maybe on layer of this, I think. Okay, they are all grouped, so let's ungroup them. Keep ungrouping. As you can see, this three is a group, so let's copy them. Now make it something like this. As I told you that I want to create a ugly Christmas sweater style design here, because I will be using this kind of effect here just to fill the area. Now at the end it will look like a ugly Christmas sweater design maybe. So this group copy, then pasting it here. Sorry for that. I'm just placing them here and there. I just want to really make it a long looking design because I want to make it a full, covering the full front area. Okay, so let's focus on that a bit later. We will use some kind of this snow effect, so let's copy one of them. Now we will just use it to fill some gaps here, just like this, maybe a bit up. There is no rules, of course. This is all up to your eyes, how you want to make it fit it in your design. Here is some empty space you can see, so you can of course use some elements, some of course some Christmas elements there. So I'm going to use this jingle bell or this bell here, so making it a bit bigger than filling this area. Now that is too much, just make it like this. That is good. Christmas design is incomplete without a star, so let's use a star here. Now there is some problem, like this star is really small, so if we use it like this, by like this I mean you can see this is in a stroke mode. This is obviously in fill color but in line art style. So if we use it in a smaller size or print this on a t-shirt, it is going to look like a small lines, and that can be like invisible on a printed t-shirt. So let's press shift M for shape builder. Now if I make it feel like this, we can simply use that, and then it will look like a field shape. And of course it is not going to look that much bad. So that is good. I think we can use it. I just replace the eye of the Christmas there. So this is looking like that. Now for this area I wanted to really make it something like a Christmas style sweater style design, but then I changed my mind because that may not look very good. So let's copy this one. I'm just going to make it look something like a plant design, not something like a random design. As you can see, same problem here. So if I press shift M, I can make it fill color. Then if I make a copy here, now this is not very important, this is not a rule, but if you are following my channel, then you know that I like to make everything feel color, make everything feel, make every area filled. So that's a specialty of my design. Now this part, this two is done. I need to now fix the proportions here, like this one. This one should be, everything here should be like same white, because we are going to make a full front design. That's it. Good. Now for this area I'm going to erase this part. I don't need it to be like that anymore. Okay, now this text is really small, so I cannot just make it that much bigger. So what can we do? We can simply fill these areas with some more elements. Like if we just take this, okay, not that star, I will use like this leaf from here. So this is all related to Christmas. I'm copying this one, maybe paste it here. I can use some other stuffs from the Christmas elements, but I just really want to make it, keep it like a simple and minimal design. So that's why I'm just using the simple leaf kind of shapes, star shapes, not very elemental designs, something like this. So this much is good for me. Now if you want to just fill with this area with something, you can go ahead and take another elements from this Christmas bundle. Maybe something like a socks could work here, because this is really a funny part of this. Okay, so I'm going to use it something like this, because this area is a bit longer. As you can see, if I make it something like this, that is good. Now I am keeping that on that side, maybe this one, copy. Now this is just however you feel it to make it a good design, you can do it. Okay, so this is good for me. Now I want to make it a complete boxy looking design, something like that. So maybe a candy from here, just to give it a feel like we did enough work to make this design look good, because that is really important to give it a premium feel that someone spent some of his time to make this design a good one. Maybe something like this. Now these snowflakes are just some random elements, you can use them all over the design, just to wherever you want to fill a area, you can put a this sunflower there. I don't know what it calls, maybe a sunflower. I call it sunflower. So that is good. You can see here we have some area, so let's put a sunflower. Now we have to fill this area, we can put one here, not that much smaller, something like this. Maybe one in this area, because it is also looking like some empty space. Okay guys, so I think this is good, that is good enough. Now as you can see, I wanted to give it a boxy kind of look, and it is looking like a box right now, but there is some changes I should make here, because just to give it a perfect box look, maybe a bit bigger in size, this one. Okay, so that's good. Now we need to make them colorize. So first step is making them black. If you can make them black, that means there is no other elements in your design. Okay, so Baby Angelo, Kids Tray, Hello Ventica. Yes, these are the fonts I use in this design. Let's erase them. Now I want to colorize my design. So for colorize my design, I usually do three colors for Christmas designs. This Christmas and Earth, I'm going to make them red. This Stay and Everyday, I'm going to make them white. Now for Will Come and We Leave, I'm going to make them green kind of things. Of course, this is just up to you. Now these leaves should be green because this is red in this area. This piece should be white because that area had some already have some red blue. Now these stripes should be like, I'm making them red because there is green, white and green. So in the in between it should be red. Now in here you can see green and red, so let's make it white. This one, this is star, I want to make it yellow because yellow stars is always good. This bell, I want to make it yellow because that is kind of the golden. Okay, this is the thing I was talking about. You can see when we put something in this kind of line art mode, it doesn't look very good, and of course when it will print it, it will look like it hasn't done properly. So let me just Ctrl C Ctrl B to paste it back. Now we have two version. Let's, you can see the first version is this. If I cut this, then we have a solid color like this. Now if we just want to keep the proportions, we can, sorry, we can keep them that yellow and then press Ctrl F to paste that one in front, but let's make it black. So as you can see, this is how it is looking right now, and that is really good. Now it is looking like a fill color, so that is good. Now for this one here, I am going to make it green. This one I'm going to make it white. This one white. This one maybe green. Okay, that's just not a important thing. I'm just picking some random stars. This one I'm going to make it yellow. Surely this one yellow. So this is just a very colorful design, nothing fancy design here. You can see anyone can make a design like this. And of course, if you are a beginner, then of course try making this kind of designs, because this is the kind of design you will really, you will get sell. Because if you try to sell something, then try to make something relevant with your audience, with your customer, and of course make it eye catching. So my target audience was female. I was making this design for female audience, and this is what I end up doing. Now this is just a design to show you guys. I will upload this in my store, so if I get any sales, you will know that it is really working. And if not, then you just learn the design. I hope it will help you to take your print on demand business in a further level. So thank you very much guys for staying with me, subscribing me. Thank you guys, see you in the next video. Have a great time.